these here are some chilies. There's a Frigatello, and I think the rest are Corno di Toro Rossa, these ones, and these ones at the back are King of the North. These could probably be doing with getting repotted. As you can see, the roots are coming out the bottom, so yeah, these will be getting repotted, and hopefully it'll spur them on. This here is a couple of very sick looking Lolo Rossa. I reckon the seed must be dead in that packet because I planted quite a few and only 2 seeds come up. Now this is I've got numbers on the front to remind me of what I've sown in here. So the first row, this one, is Lolo Rossa lettuce. Then the next row is all year round lettuce. Then there's a purple cauliflower, which is these ones here. Then Bratavia lettuce. Best of all Swede. These two here, pure germination, only 2 of them come up. Then beetroot. I've got some beetroot in here at the end. Some of them are not doing too well. So yeah, they'll be getting potted on, especially some of these larger ones. These need repotted. So what I'll do is repot these and then repot them into these pots. These are my Alicante tomatoes. They're doing okay. Not too bad. Over here I've got all my beans. So all these ones from this stick down to here are Borlotti beans, and all these ones are Blauhild, which is the purple French climbing beans, which are really good, my favourites. Got some tomato plants here again. These are my cherry tomatoes, and I've got a couple of jalapeno peppers here which are starting to flower, which is good. Over here I've got some lupins. These are going to go out in the front garden along the back where the tulips are, so hopefully when the tulips die back, these will start sprouting up. I've got some violas here. These are either beetroot or chard. I can't remember, I've lost the labelling of them, which is really bad. This is oregano and some more violas. That's more oregano there as well. And here I've got 3 broccoli. So I've got 3 broccoli there. There's a marigold there, a bit of a mix everywhere. And this one I've got a basil. I've got some nasturtiums. These are more violas in these little pots here. This is my Crown Prince squash. I've got 3 others here. I've got some cuttings from what do you call it, a lavender tree, and some rosemary cuttings, see if they take. What else? I've got some very small trailing lobelia in there, and these are my peppers I grew for the challenge with my twin sister. These are my gourmet chili peppers. I've put them here to see if I can get them as much sunlight as well as protecting them from the weather. because they were beginning to get a bit, well, leggy. So I'm hoping they push out a little bit. So that's what's been going on in the potting shed. I've got some other things like sunflowers, and what's the other flowers I've got? I've got some other flowers up at the allotment in the greenhouse. But yeah, that's where we are so far. A few things need potted on to give them the best chance. So if the weather's bad this weekend, I'll get on with them. It's just incredible the way these beans grow. As you can see, that's the bean seed that was put in. And you get the sticks out a root which becomes a stem, and then the bean opens up and you get the leaves coming out of the bean. As you can see, some of the blotty beans coming up as well now, is similar way. So the beans are in root trainers. They'll stay in root trainers until I'm ready to put them out. There's 25 of each, which will work out. If I get full germination, that will be 4 wigwams each. As I usually get 6 poles to a wigwam. But that's what we are. So head up to the allotment and get my main crop potatoes in now. Good afternoon, everyone. Just planting up my potatoes. I thought I'd show you quickly how I do one, and I'll give you a quick tour of the plot, as I haven't done that for a while. So I'm using these, I think these are actually 50 litre buckets. No, they're 35 litre buckets. And this is my own compost. All I've done is dug it out the compost bin and sieved it. So put some of that in the bottom. Then I'm using some blood fish and bone, just about a small handful. Put that in, mix it around. Then I'll get some seed potatoes. I'm putting 3 in each bucket. Actually, I might put 4 in each bucket. So these are Cara. I've got Desiree already in, and I've got Rocket, which are secondaries. So this Cara and the Desiree are main crop potatoes. So just spread them out like that, and I'll just use an old flower pot to get this out. Now, some people just cover their potatoes, then halfway, and when the green tops come through, they then top it up. But I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to top it up all the way to the top. Or within about 2 inches of the top. Right, let's see if I can lift this. Okay, that's as much compost as I'm going to put in. But what else I'm going to do is, I've got this waste straw from the rabbits we've got back home. And I'm going to mulch the top of this for several reasons. The main reason is to prevent the sun evaporating the water when they get watered. So it's to help with water retention, so you don't have to water them as often or as long. And I'm hoping that it'll also stop the animals digging and digging in the soil, because sometimes you come in and a fox or something, they smell the fish blood and bone and they dig through the soil to see if there's anything to eat. So let me come this way and I'll give you a quick tour. Right, we'll start off here in this bed. Nothing's going in here at the moment. I've got some cabbage, cauliflower and kale and broccoli. That's going to go in here. I'm going to net this entire bed. I've got a huge big roll of net here. The shed's an absolute mess. Hopefully now I've got the buckets out and I can get the cardboard out, get the wood out. I've got to make a few more beds because I'm running out of space, believe it or not. But yeah, that's the huge big roll of netting. I think it's 2 meters wide. So that's that. This is the table, this is where I'm working today. I've got my flask of my coffee. I've got my seed potato, these are Cara. And they've all been chitting in my conservatory since about February. Some spring onions I want to get in the ground. We'll come into this bed. This bed, you probably can't see, but I've got just netting to stop the pigeons. These will not stop butterflies. Butterflies will probably get through there, but I'm not too bothered. Once these get to a certain height, they should be okay. So in this row I've got some Swiss chard, and I've got a couple of old lettuces here, a couple of red lettuces as well. Next to that, this should be a row of, along here should be a row of lamb's lettuce. Next to that I've got a row of radishes, which are all coming up. Then I've got some more Swiss chard on there. It's very hard to see, they're all very, very small. I'm not sure why there's nothing in there. I've got no markers in there. Anyway, this here is little gem lettuce. They're all coming up. Then the next line is, that's little gem lettuce as well, I think. This is I don't know what this is. Oh yeah. This line here is pak choy, and this line here is perpetual spinach. Then I've got some small beetroots in here, all along there, and I've got some all year round lettuce in there. They're looking okay. So this is the sort of like raised bed that I made last year with spent compost. Now when I made it, it was full up to the top, so it sunk down quite a bit over the winter with the rain. But we'll top it up again at the end of this year's season and get it back up to a higher level again. This is a planter I made. Forget about the stuff that's in it at the moment. This was wood that was on the plot tube when I took it over. So I've just painted them and assembled them all up together to make this box. And I've lined it with heavy durable sacks from Wicks. The bottom's lined with cardboard, and what I'm going to do with this is any potatoes left over, I'm going to try and grow potatoes in here, but I'm not going to use compost. I'm going to use the straw we get from the rabbit bed. So all I'm going to do is put in a layer of straw, put the potatoes on top, then fill it up to the top with more straw, water them, and that's it. We'll see how many potatoes we get. I'll put 5 seed potatoes in here, I think. We'll see how many potatoes we can get from growing potatoes in straw, and if it's successful, I may not bother with compost next year. I might just grow them all in straw. This bed here, spring onions, still some spring onions in here, and rogue strawberry. I put the strawberry in there because I had no other beds free at the time, and I wanted to put it somewhere to stop it dying, so it went in there. I will take it out and plant it in there with the other strawberries, but at the moment it's just spring onions in there. They might all be coming out soon, and I'm going to start putting carrots in there. In here, when I was looking at my spent soil, there was a little tiny small potato about that size, and it had grown quite a large not a root, stem on it. It had grown a shoot, a stem. So I thought, right, I'll pot it up and see what happens. So it's in there, we'll see what happens, see if it comes up or not. Rhubarb is doing well. There's another flower head that needs to come off. We want the rhubarb to use its energy to grow instead of growing flowers. I might actually take a few of these, now they're of the red ones, quite a few green ones still, but I might take a few of the red ones. As in last year, this one done really well, where this one always lagged behind. Let it go. We seem to get enough from the one plant anyway, so I'm not too bothered. If push comes to shove, we'll keep that, and then if any of my friends just show an interest in it, I might give it to one of them. This bed this year, you can see I've got 4 lines of peas in this year, and I'll show you, the peas are just coming up now. So that'll be good. I can see green shoots coming up on each row, so that's a good sign. This area, nothing's been done with this area here. I might make another small bed here. In fact, that's a good idea. I'm going to put a bed there. I'm also going to put another small bed behind this carrot box. You can just about see the carrots coming up there. So some there. So that's the carrots. They're coming up. Dandelions are doing well. This is a little apple tree. I thought this was dead. Then about a month ago it started coming out with blossom. So yeah, I would like to get this in the ground somewhere, but yeah, I think we'll try and get it in the ground. It's just no best place to put it in the ground to stop it growing really large. These are the blueberries. They do have flowers on them. I don't know if you can see in this light, it's quite bright today. We've had showers and bright sunlight today. It's been quite a nice day being out in the plot. I've had the whole week off work, so I've been able to get quite a lot done this week. These are the raspberries, which are doing really well. No flowers yet, but they're beginning to spread out within the bed. As long as they spread out in the bed, I don't mind that. If they go past the bed area, then I'm going to chop them, because I don't want raspberries taking over like the brambles did up at the top there. This bed here, I've got strawberries here, but down here I've got some sweet peas, which are not really doing much. But we'll leave them in the ground, they're not doing any harm. There's nothing else that's going to go in that part of the bed. I've got a couple of onions in a pot, which I might dig out and put somewhere. In this bed here, you can just about see it. The darker area is compost, where I've drilled out the holes and put compost in, and that could be a parsnip right there coming through. So what I did is I got a big pole, hammered it into the ground, and then waggled it around until the hole expanded, filled it with compost. Then I had parsnip seeds that I had chitted at home, so I knew they had roots on them. I put one in each hole. I think there's about 8 holes on 3 different lines. You see the markers there. I've got 3 lines with about 8 holes, so about 24 parsnips. That'll do us. This is where my potatoes are going. As you can see, I've got them all in pots. They've all been mulched at the top. All the ones with blue string on the handle. These are all Desiree. So I've got 10 pots of Desiree. I'll put the rest of the pots of Cara up there. These all have 3 seed potatoes in. The Cara I'm going to put 4 seed potatoes in because I've got quite a lot of them still left. This bed, this is the leeks, which are doing well. As you can see my shadow. The leeks are doing well. Sorry about the shadow. I'll come on this side. Okay, so the leeks these got weeded last week. Now, I'm surprised there's still so many weeds there. This is the onion bed. I've still to weed this again. That's the onion bed. The onions are doing okay. We had a very dry April, the same as everyone, but we've had quite a lot of rain in the past week, so I don't think I need to water these this week. This bit, that little bed over there is empty. I'm going to put spring onions in there. This is where I've been digging my compost out for, I don't know whether you can see that little lizard. Just disappeared. I've been digging out my compost from my potatoes from there. As you can see, the brambles are coming back. I just need to keep cutting them back, and I want to get this area cleared because it just gets harder and harder the longer you leave it. I was hoping to get it done during the winter, but I never got as much done as I hoped. This is it's not a plum. I think it's a green gauge tree, and I had lots and lots of blossom on it a couple of weeks ago, but because of the high winds the blossoms are gone. But I think there's some, I don't know whether you can see that, just behind my finger. I think that's one growing there, but we'll see what comes up of them. This area needs cleared of all the nettles and the couch grass and the creeping thistle. And the little greenhouse. This is where I've got stuff that's going to go out. These are some red lettuce. It's not red lettuce, red cabbage that I planted quite a while ago. Got some leeks in a pot there, and I've got some bigger leeks in a pot. These leeks were the second sowing because all these leeks got pushed out the back when the back of the polytunnel got ripped. The wind blew the container holding my leeks and red onions out the back, and I think I've got one red onion there. These here are, these are kale. These are broccoli. These are, oh, these are little pot of spring onions there. So I've got red cabbage, and this is cauliflower. So leeks, red onions, spring onions, kale, cauliflower, cabbage and broccoli. So yeah, everything's doing well in there. They'll be coming out and they'll be going in the bed down at the bottom. Then what I'll do is I'll be bringing my tomatoes and my chilli plants up here, and they'll go inside there for a while. Chilli plants and tomato plants are at home because we've had really strange weather here in the UK, with still getting frost, and we've even up north in Scotland today they're still getting snow as they go out to vote in the local elections. This is my early potatoes. As you can see, these are grown in compost, then mulched at the top to prevent water evaporation, and they're doing quite well. I've got green shoots coming up in every bag. So these are my secondary potatoes, sort of like new potatoes. So yeah, it's been quite busy, and there's always work to do. As you can see, there's loads of dandelion leaves, and the grass needs trimmed. Every time it rains, the grass just goes up faster than you can chop it down. So I'm going to get my rest of my potatoes done today. Then I might go round, trim the grass, and go home and do some potting on of my chilies and red pepper and sweet peppers, as they need to go in a bigger pot. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you again soon.